Welcome to Shoot It Both Ways, where we interview directors who shoot both commercials and narrative and investigate a career where you might be able to live out the dream of shooting it both ways. We have Will and Max today talking about their short film, The Busboy. Now, I've been following the odyssey of The Busboy for, I feel like maybe 5 years. I think maybe since the inception of even knowing Will, but definitely the inception of knowing Max. And I'm just so excited for people to finally see it. I've seen several iterations of it. It always gets better and funnier. I had such a small role. Basically, I got cut. My role got cut, but that's neither here nor there. How long have you guys been working on this f***ing project?
Since we were 19 years old.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic.
This was Will and I. We were working at a fried chicken restaurant at the time, and we loved kung fu fight scenes and all the 60s style martial arts, and decided to try one for ourselves, and that's where the odyssey started.
Yeah. We were, for the record, making a fight scene as a sort of test to see if we could make a fight scene for a different, unrelated film. And then we ended up falling in love with the concept of the busboy, just kind of an iconic kind of like character who's stuck at the bottom fighting these people from the top, you know what I mean? And then from there, we were kind of racking our brains, like we want to make a bigger short. We've made a few films and we want to do something bigger and more exciting. And we just kind of kept coming back to the busboy and kind of just decided we love this character. It's iconic. We love martial arts and action, and we can do a whole bunch of world building here and like go crazy with the style,
The first time that I met Max, I think you guys had just started a production company and you're working on commercials and you're also making your film. And this film was already kind of existed but hadn't been shot yet. And you guys were going around and talking to other people that had production companies and worked in commercials. And we're kind of just trying to figure out the industry there. And I think it's funny because in many ways, this short film is like the least commercially viable film. And that almost everything about it is like, it's like a really bold genre film.
Yeah.
It's in a format that doesn't fit any screen really. Multi-format. Black and white, but not fully black and white.
Right.
And also no dialogue except one line.
There's like a handful of dialogue.
More of a visual story.
Yeah, we didn't want any information to really be kind of like, we wanted everything to be visually conveyed with only supplemental dialogue,
Yeah, no, I think it was great, and part of why I love it so much. It's something that I didn't notice until rewatching it to talk about it. It's like, wow, there's like a lot of choices that I know in film school, they kind of were like, don't do this. But I think you should, because it makes it way more unique to watch.
Well, also, I think it's important to know that we didn't go to film school. So nobody told us no, that we shouldn't be doing anything. We have to go and spend loads of money to learn the mistake, in practice.
Well, I don't see it as a mistake at all. I think it's one of the stronger shorts that I've seen, especially like a first short, which is was this the first thing that you guys co-directed, or had you done any commercials together before that?
We had done like we had done a lot of sketches.
Yeah.
Like we started off doing like sketches that we shot on either iPhone or like Canon DSLR.
Yeah. It was getting to the point where it's like, we wanted to make these cinematic like Key and Peele sketches, and our expectations of the, I guess, comedy industry shifted around like the 2022 area. Mm-hmm. And we were like, let's just make something that we're both passionate about, which is like, we both grew up with the food industry and we love martial arts and we're best friends. So it's like, how do we merge all of these ideas and themes together into one cohesive film?
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I guess, was this the first like learning? I know Morgan and I, the first time we ever co-directed was in film school, and I made her cry, and then she walked off set for an hour. That's an important thing for every co-directing duo. At that point, we didn't have the systems that we have now, and we were kind of responsible for some of the things we weren't as interested in, like some of the stuff that I cared deepest about that she could go either way. Like she was in charge of on some core decisions that became conflict. And it's like, did you guys learn a lot of that on this project?
Yeah, we do. We do a lot of planning and a lot of prepping, and we kind of go over every single detail, every layer together. And so if there's any kind of like disagreement we have, it's almost always ironed out beforehand. And then we have like a central vision that we both are aligned on, so that when you have to make decisions on the day, then it's kind of just like, well, obviously this is the right move. And so there's like very little conflict. You know, early on, we were both like figuring it out as we went. And sometimes like things would get like stressful, but I think we've like learned a system that's kind of like unspoken. Like Max has things that he is more passionate about than I am, and vice versa. And so we kind of like, we overlap into both of those, but it's kind of just like a flow. It's not like a system. It's more of just like a flow.
So we found our balance throughout making all these other films together throughout the years. And we realized, the pros and cons, who's better at what, who enjoys to do what more. And it worked out perfectly for the Busboy film. I forget what our AD said.
Drew? Oh, yeah. Drew, our AD, Drew Saplin, he comes up to us and he had joined the project the day before production because our AD had to step away because they had an amazing opportunity that we were like, go do that, you know? And so Drew comes in and he like takes off his aviators and he's like, if I have a problem, do I have to go to both mom and dad? And we were like, no, it's fine. Like either one of us. And he was like, thank God.
That's very Drew. Yeah. The first movie I ever worked on, Drew, was the second. He was the first AD on it. And
oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I got fired. Drew's the first man that ever fired me, but he's great at his job. At that time, I was terrible at mine. But yeah, he's been good for a while.
Dude, that's amazing lore. I love that. I remember. Yeah, that's fucking funny.
I wasn't doing a very good job. I was like there. I was mainly interested in like learning and like being in the way, and less about being helpful. So they sent me to lock up. Really, why I got fired? If you want to know the actual reason I got fired, is because I was driving the Gator, and they were like, "Oh, drive this guy to set," and then I jostled him, and it turned out he was like the biggest financial producer of the movie, and he felt jostled, and he said something. He was like, "Wow, that was a bumpy ride." And then they were like, "We can't have you back."
No.
Yeah, but that's Hollywood, baby.
It grows hair on your chest, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
it's a good Drew moment.
But yeah, no, Drew's great.
He said he's done with the firing life. He doesn't.
Yeah, you can't be an AD if you can't handle firing some.
That's true.
No,
really
Drew.
Talented young man. Yeah,
right.
I do think it's interesting to talk to other co-directors because it becomes very idiosyncratic when you start working together from such an early age, and you just kind of figure out as things grow who's going to be responsible for this new thing that comes up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously just like communication and learning how to communicate effectively, and learning how to and just doing your homework as much homework as you can just makes it all that easier. People kind of ask us like, wow, how do you guys work so well together? And I'm like, we kind of just like bicker behind the scenes, and just kind of go back and forth endlessly over something that you might not even really even think about or care about or notice. And
it's like we both have to be aligned with if the idea is good and we both know it, then that's the right idea, versus if I think it's a really good idea but Will doesn't, and we talk about why it doesn't work in X, Y, and Z, and we end up finding the through line.
There's usually a debate where that leads to kind of going we're in different camps, and then we go, well, I mean, if it's this, and then it goes, oh yeah, and then it clicks, and we're like, great, let's start writing, let's start moving, or let's adapt. And that's just kind of the thing that gets us through any kind of scenario. Yeah,
that's great. I think preparation definitely is very useful for any director, but especially if you kind of get pulled apart on set. Tell me a little bit about prepping this, because I heard that you had boarded, every shot. And then I even saw when you were talking to me about maybe doing a visual effects shot, you had gone and made like an iPhone-o-matic version of that scene in the backyard. And so you already knew like, oh, it's only going to be a 3-second thing from kind of this low angle. Is that something you did for the whole movie or do you?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, we thought it was best if we just shoot the entire film on iPhone and then just put in the 1:1 aspect ratio, black and white, and edit the full thing, knowing the flow and melody of all the sequences. So that way we're on set, we know, okay, this is kind of the pacing that we want this shot to be moving at. These are like how the characters are flowing throughout the environment that we created. Mm-hmm. And then on the day, if it doesn't work out, we already have the map and we can just make small tweaks here and there.
Right. Yeah. It's like we've shot the whole movie already. It's just follow the map essentially, and then, yeah, like Max said, just pivot. And like I think something I'm very proud of Wrong Brother as a team is that we are really good at like building teams and like working with people that are pros and like know exactly what they're doing to the degree where it's like you kind of just have to give them a direction and then they can just run. We really care a lot about production design, and we work with people like Dakota Millett is like our homeboy with production design. It was instrumental in the making of The Busboy. He's also a producer on it. When we were like considering whether or not we wanted to make this movie, we were like, it's going to cost so much money, we'd have to crowdfund. And I just don't know if we can how do we do that? And Dakota goes like, boys, we're going to make the money. I'm going to make sure it happens for you. Just do exactly what I say in this way, and you will it will happen. And
Did he also have the sunglasses?
Yeah, he had like long hair and a cool mustache and a cool hat.
Yeah,
so
cowboy hat.
He's like more like
he was sitting back with a cigarette, going, "Boys, I'll get you the money."
I think it was a latte, but
I like the vision of it. Well, because he did it before. He had the validity on his own project.
Yeah, up on the housetop.
Yeah,
his short that's out now, which is phenomenal. And
yeah, the production design in that was, I don't know what the actual budget was, but I kind of have a vague idea, and it looks like
$2 million.
Yeah. Oh, it's $2 million. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, it looks about right.
No, yeah, that's like he's just was so supportive, and we told him what our budget was for PD, and he was like, "Okay, I'll figure it out." And then he did, he built us a world. You know what I mean? And just like
your location was awesome too. Where did you guys shoot?
We got very, very lucky. We shot at Quality Seafood.
No, don't tell them.
It's funny.
Hey, editor.
We don't want that.
No, yeah. But
no, yeah, we got very fortunate. Where we shot Quality Seafood, and the owner has never had anyone shoot there before. So we're the first people to ever shoot there, which is funny because it's been around for about 100 years now.
It's 88 years old. The restaurant is 88 years old.
And it's a little like cafeteria. It had everything we needed.
Originally, too, the Busboy was like set in like a kind of a grungy, dimly lit, almost like a dive bar, or like the Texas Chili Parlor was like our perfect version that we wanted. It was like, it was cool, but nobody would really, we couldn't afford any of these places. For whatever reason, like the grungiest dive bars and restaurants are want so much money, which is fair because they're historic. But then we go to Quality Seafood and talked with the owner, Carol, and she was so accommodating and was just really excited and was like, "I'd love to help you guys out." And so we worked with her on that, and it was just like a dream come true. And it ended up changing the whole structure of the film and the world we built. So so much of that movie is influenced by the location that we were in and just adapting to that.
Definitely. Yeah. I definitely see location as being as important, for this, it's as important as, casting your lead role, making sure that your actor is believable, which, Will, you did a great job. I believed you as a busboy who loves karate. Now, are you doing karate or are you doing a different martial art?
Look, for context is I took martial arts in middle school. I took Jeet Kune Do, which is like Bruce Lee's, martial arts form. And I was like a middle schooler. I took it for 3 years, right? And I just loved the kind of form, and I loved I love action movies. And so we started making fight scenes, and it was just kind of fun. There's no I don't have a form I follow, if you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's it's busboy fighting.
It's busboy method. Yeah, it's the busboy way, you know.
Yes, yeah, we haven't really seen someone use the dish rag.
There's like that move where it's like that was a nunchuck move I found on YouTube, and then I realized if you get the towel wet, it has enough weight to it that you can make it work. And you need like a very specific type of hand towel. You can't just like have any old towel.
I thought for sure that was just, you didn't see a video of someone doing that with a rag? You did it with the nunchuck and then you were...
Yeah, literally I was like looking up nunchuck combos because I was like, at first I was just going to kind of wave it around and pretend. And then I was like, that's going to look so stupid and the movie's going to fail. Oh my God. And so I found like one combo. I found like one on YouTube. There's like one combo I do that I found on YouTube. And then Will Tran showed me a combo.
He's our fight coordinator.
Yeah, he's our fight coordinator for this and fight choreography and everything. He's a pro. And so I just like integrated those into it. And I found out that if the towel's wet and damp, it has enough weight to like function like a nunchuck.
Now, Max, you have a lot of experience, maybe more than a middle school level experience in martial arts. Is that right?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, my dad, he's a Taekwondo instructor. And so growing up, he was teaching and he wanted his kids to become black belts in Taekwondo. And I got to like my blue belt level and decided to quit and go to football. But I never fulfilled the prophecy of getting my black belt in Taekwondo.
You still have time. Have time.
It's a pause. I'm pausing it. Yeah, I'll start it soon.
Yeah.
But
now,
yeah,
do you feel you could go back at blue belt, or do you got to go all the way back to white?
Well, actually, it's been so long. I might have to start back from the beginning. You know, at this point, go back to white.
Just fighting kids.
Well, that's very cool. So I misunderstood. Thought you had choreographed the fighting in this movie, but it was Will Tran. And how did you guys meet?
It was like a mixture of all three of us.
Will Tran has so much good experience and so many good ideas. And then we kind of understood what we wanted. And so we worked with him to kind of like, he would just kind of flesh out the ideas that we had. And it was a very much like...
It was very collaborative.
Yeah, the three of us in a garage just going like, what if it's like... And then what if you... Oh, no, that doesn't work. You know, and that for just hours.
Because Will Tran would make sure that our punches and kicks were connecting and that there's like a motion or like there's a sense of direction with the fight too.
Right. Yeah. He understands how to shoot a fight scene. And so he was instrumental in the development of like how this would look from a cinematography angle as well.
Yeah, I think that's really important. I think as far as like short films or breakout short films with fighting, I mean, that was obviously very strong, but also there's like the comedic, there's just like the cinematography of the storytelling where I feel like I've seen people make shorts where it's like, oh, they kind of want to be the fight choreography person. And they're like putting together this thing just so they can do a cool fight. But this one, I mean, this is like a movie where it's like the character is fighting and he's probably going to lose. And that's why it's like very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
But tell me about your DP, because obviously does he have any fight movie training? I know him personally. And
Matt S. Bell was our DP. Man, that guy is OP. That guy's the GOAT.
Clutch.
That guy is crazy. Like he spent so much time with us. He would come over to my house with me and Max, and in the backyard, we would just shoot the whole movie. And we'd shoot on the iPhone. It was just like every single frame, every single sequence. He really just spent the time with us, and like I'm just so impressed.
We gave him so many concepts and ideas. We're just throwing him just so many movies and like this is the look of the film, the lighting. There's just so much, but he was able to hone it all in and like help us create this vision and the look of the film.
Yeah, there's like so many deliberations over, you know, what type of lens we would use, what type of camera, what style, like any handheld, is it all, you know, sticks, Ollie, Steadicam, Trinity. Like he has all this kind of like opportunities, and he's able to just kind of go, this tells this story the best way, and then we find the through line through there. You know, very collaborative, very professional, and like just worked his ass off, but made it look effortless at the same time. It was like kind of, we were just inspired. It was really cool.
Yeah, he really is like a renaissance man of film, because I met him in an acting class, Meisner Method acting class.
And he's also
very good at that too.
Yeah, he's an actor, director, DP. I'm like, we need to kill him. We need to kill him before he gets too powerful. Stop him.
So when is the feature version of Busboy? Because it ends in such a like next episode, you're about to see an even better, cooler scene.
Right. Right.
It gives you that feeling. You're like, damn, I really want to see another 60 minutes of this.
Thank you. First of all, that was the intention. We're working very hard.
There are concepts of nothing tangible on paper just yet.
Actually, we have very tangible. Actually,
It's all there. Actually.
It's all there. Actually, yep. We're developing it right now. It's kind of like we're trying to wrap our arms around it. It's kind of a big scale of a project, and the question is like, at what point do we seize on that and try and secure, a budget for something of that nature that's like pretty big? Do we start with that, riding high off the busboy? That's the question we're trying to answer right now. But there's definitely a plan for the feature that like it's just begging to be made. You know what I mean?
It really is. I'm interested because you've also screened it at a few different places for live audiences and gotten the opportunity to get like feedback from probably just an audience of like filmmaker feedback, which maybe is different from general audience. But I'm curious if there's anything that you were surprised by with how people responded.
I mean, like overwhelming support was really nice to hear. Like everyone was very supportive, and we got like, I don't.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were still trying to comprehend what they just watched.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "What the hell?"
Because I remember a lot of people were like, "I don't know how to describe this to someone." But yeah, we'll say a lot of support and people just enjoying the film for what it was.
Yeah, I mean, we crowdfunded this movie, so we kind of like when we were raising the money, and when we got the money, we were like, we have no choice to make like the best film we can make. Otherwise, this like they'll kill us.
Yeah.
They'll drag us in the street and kill us.
So like we have the mentality of like, okay, if we have 300 people giving us money to make a film, it is our obligation to make something really great that we're proud of and that we are proud to show other people.
Yeah, and like we want something where they can go, I helped on that, and they're proud of that. That was like definitely. There's a lot of pressure, but it was like overwhelming support. Throughout the whole process, and I just didn't know that, like, I don't know, I'd seen people crowdfund, but, crowdfunding and seeing the community just like kind of come through for us was, I don't know, it blew my mind,
Yeah, well, I think your opportunity to crowdfund a feature will be better once more people see it, because it really does. It is kind of hard to pitch just with words because it's so unique and the style is very fun. Yeah, it's like a movie. Morgan and I sometimes will see a movie and she'll be like, yeah, that was like a movie. Like the last one was Derek Aronofsky's last film where it's caught stealing. And it's fun but tense, and there's like a bunch of chases, and then every little button gets tied up at the end in like a sweet way. And I just feel that way about your movie. It's like I just feel confident with you guys as filmmakers that it's gonna have this movie feeling.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, give the people what they want.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about you guys figuring out how to pay for this feature version of your movie.
Actually, we did want to talk to you about that.
And you guys have been doing The Wrong Brother Productions. It's a video production company that you should definitely check out if you have video production needs, specifically in commercial and ads as well as narrative producing features. And well, it was very nice to talk to you guys. I want to end the show just by asking if you've seen the best film you've seen lately and the best ad you've seen lately.
I forget. I'm pretty sure it's McDonald's. It was like this chicken nugget crumb. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Oh,
Nick.
yes.
Yeah, it's like a slow-mo shot of like this like meteorite falling down. Like, what's this meteorite? And then you see it hits the lap of someone eating a chicken nugget, and it's just like it's so delicious you can't waste a piece. It was a fun little commercial.
That's a good one. What about your favorite movie?
Oh, Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out.
Oh, yeah.
I love that one.
That's great. That's
a movie right there.
That's a movie. Man, we saw that. I remember we were in the theater and we were both looking at each other like,
yeah.
What? Oh my God. Yeah, no, that was great.
There was a moment in that Knives Out movie that Morgan and I like looked at each other. We were seeing it with Rob, who's in production, but he's never worked never like really been behind camera or lighting, especially. There's a scene where it's just like multiple angles and the sun goes behind a cloud.
Oh,
and we're just like, that's what it looks like when the sun goes behind a cloud. But that is impossible to shoot in a single camera, like coverage scene. Like you have to be able to recreate that 56 times that day you're shooting this. I don't know how they did it. I really want to go find out and make a little TikTok about it or something, because that was like the most impressive visual lighting gag I've ever seen.
Yeah, dude.
It's very impressive.
I remember like getting chills over my, like on the back of my neck when I saw that, because it was just, you're so enraptured in the moment that when it darkens, you don't really like necessarily notice it. But then when it comes back, you realize and it hits. Oh man, that was good.
Yeah. It was like perfect for that narrative. It was like, it was like the moment. It's like if you could do anything, if you could make the lighting do anything and make it feel like it's not like cinema lighting, like just naturally lit. That's what you would do. And just people haven't done it yet because I think it's impossible. Can't be done.
There's a tough feat to pull off.
My favorite ad I saw, the one I saw recently, I saw it last night, was, it's like a commercial for some kind of tea brand. And it's obviously like on a volume stage, or like a set. And they're talking about how the brand is like very authentic and stuff. And like, I'm watching and I'm getting upset because I'm like, you're pitching authenticity, but you're obviously like on a fake, you're not really in this beautiful landscape. You're actually, but then he rides the bike off the set and the camera pulls back and they are on a mountain where the tea leaves are being grown. And he's riding through, and like, I was just like, okay, you got me. You good. Good job.
We're done.
And then I would say the best movie I've seen recently is the new Silent Hill movie, dude. It is so, dude, I'm telling you, that is a trip.
I thought it had a 6 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's got a 9 on Rotten Tomatoes. It was 6 when we walked into the theater. After we walked out, it was at a 9.
That is an awful score.
Dude,
wow.
It is crazy.
Yeah. During the pandemic, I have a group of friends who have moved out of town. And so we get together and we watch specifically very bad movies on Zoom. And I will put that on the list to try out.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, you're not going to regret it.
Life-changing, yeah. Although the one good movie we thought was going to be bad and turned out to be one of my favorite movies of all time was RRR.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Classic.
That one was awesome.
It's everything in one.
Yeah.
It's like if James Bond had a twin and they were on the Titanic, and it was longer than the movie Titanic.
Which is hard to do already.
Well, great, guys. Thanks for taking this interview. When can we see Busboy? Where do I watch it?
It's going to be released. This is a little fluid, but right now we're looking at April 8th. It's going to be dropping on YouTube. We have some social media plans to kind of promote the projects. If you see us on social media or on the website as well, we'll be pushing that information.
April 8th, 2030.
Okay.
2026.
We are submitting to Sundance until they let us in.
Yeah, perfect. And I think they'll bring you back for the feature. I know that. All right, guys, this was great. I'm gonna press stop on recording.
All right.